project is going to be replacing the internal fan, the blower for our Regency stove. So the first thing we're going to need to do is remove the fan unit so that we can access it. For that, you're going to just want to get a flathead screwdriver, relatively large. You're going to tuck it in towards the back here and kind of twist and pry it apart. And same thing on the other side. And once you start the release, you should be able to pull it out and unplug it. Alright, now you have access to the internal fan mechanism. We're going to take this from the shop and start removing the actual, remove the shroud and then the motor and the fans. Alright, so now that we have the motor accessible, the fan and the motor, the replacement part right here actually comes with the mounting bracket 90 degrees on the wrong side. You can see how this one has the vents here and its mounting bracket is on the bottom. On this unit, the mounting bracket is in the back. So we're actually going to have to dismantle the new fan a bit and rotate the bracket on the inside. Now to access or to rotate this, we have 4 screws that attach to the fan shroud. To access that, you're going to need to remove the Carter pin on the inside here. For that, you can just use a pair of needle nose pliers. Grab it, remove it on out, and set it aside. And now you should be able just to slide out the actual fan blades. Now be sure you keep the orientation so that when you put it back in, the fans are facing the right direction. And I go ahead and put the clip back on so I can remember which direction and where it went. Alright, I'm going to set that off to the side now. Now we have access to the 4 screws on the inside. As you can see, right in there. We're going to remove those 4 screws and then be able to rotate the fan shroud. Best thing for this is going to be some smaller sockets, and you're going to need a couple extensions to be able to reach all the way inside there. Alright, so the shroud now comes off. So I'm going to rotate the motor so the mounts are on the bottom, and then replace the shroud at the 90-degree turn. I'm using a tab of, just a little dab of grease to hold the screws onto the socket because they were all falling off. You can do that, or if you have a magnetic driver set, that would be very useful. Alright, so the 4 screws have been reattached. And you can see how it's sitting at a 90-degree angle, so the fan is coming out at the bottom, how the old one was. So we're going to go ahead and replace the fan blades now. Remove the locking pin you have in there. Place it in the same direction. And you'll notice on the spindle there's a flat side and there's a flat side on the interior of the fan. You want to make sure to line those up. Slide it in all the way and then replace your clip. Alright, and you can see the clip's back in now. The blades rotate fine, so we have one set that has been moved to 90 degrees. We're going to do the exact same thing to this side, and then it's going to be ready to mount into the unit shroud fan base thingy-madob. Alright, so a little trick. I was having problems with the plastic fan blades sliding off of the spindle rod. So I took it in, set it by the heater, let the plastic warm up, and then that made it a lot easier to slide it off. So if you are finding you're having problems getting the little fan blades to slide off the spindle, try warming them up, letting some heat get to them, and then that makes the plastic a little bit more pliable. Doing a visual comparison of the new motor and the old motor, I've noticed that the new motor has some magnetic strips that have been taped on. The old motor has some rubber mounting spacers. I think these are going to help with the vibration and any noise, so I'm actually going to remove the old ones and install those onto the new ones. I also saw that the bracket to the far side here does not exist on the new one. That shouldn't be too hard to remove. It's just a couple machine screws that we're going to take out, and the holes are already drilled onto the new one. So we're going to replace those and then put into the new rubber spacers. Now the new motor comes with a plug, and I believe this is the ground. It's green, but we're actually going to splice it into the old one. So I'm going to take the old harness here, I'm going to cut that so we can splice the black and white wires in, and the green wire we'll attach probably to our other ground right over here. So that frees up the old motor. Hopefully we'll never see this again. And then we'll bring in the new motor, and we'll splice these wires together. I went back and checked the paperwork that came with the original motor just to make sure that it was ground, power, and common. That's what I hooked it up to with the existing one. I did have a high and low switch that I am actually going to end up just eliminating the low and just keep it on high. So I've wired everything up. I'm going to tape those all up to make sure that there's no shorts while it's all encased. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put back in our mounting screws. Okay, we're ready to reinstall, so make sure that the area is all cleaned out. And when you slide the unit in, you're going to have the two plates right here. That's what kind of, you want to guide it into the little grooves that are here. Make sure your wire is all clear so it's not going to get snagged. You should be able just to tap it on in like so. Plug it in. And turn it on. And we got hot air again. Alright, hope that helps you guys.